Now, motion in a plane. In this, we are going to discuss, first of all, the basic definitions of scalars and vectors, their examples, how they are added and subtracted. So, motion in a plane, scalar and vector quantities. Now, when we use the term scalar, means that the quantities have magnitude but no direction. But vectors, they have magnitude as well as direction. So scalar quantities can be density, mass, volume, time, etc. or some electrical quantities. Similarly, vector quantities will be acceleration, force, retardation, momentum, impulse, torque, etc. All of them are vector quantities. Now, the physical quantities will be of two types. Number one, scalar, and number two will be vectors. The scalar quantities, as I have explained earlier, they have only magnitude and no direction. So examples are indicated here that scalar quantities have an example like mass, distance, time, speed, volume, density, pressure, work, energy, power. Then electrical quantity like charge, electric current, temperature, potential, specific heat, frequency. These are all the examples of scalar quantities. They have magnitudes. That is, when we use the term density, it is mass over volume. So they have only magnitudes, no direction. Time has no direction. Now next is the vector quantity, and this also I have explained you earlier. That is, vector quantities are those which have magnitude as well as direction. A lot of examples are there. So certain quantities have both magnitude and direction. For example, position, displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, weight, momentum, impulse. When we use the term impulse, it is the product of force and time. Momentum is the product of mass and velocity. Weight is mass multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. Electric field is force applied per unit charge. Magnetic field, that is the region around a magnet in which magnetic lines of forces dominate. Current density, etc. Such quantities are called the vector quantities. Types of vectors. So now we have to go through it, the various types of vectors. Like for example, number one is a polar vector. So in the polar vector, there is a starting point origin and displacement is indicated by another vector which is inclined at a certain angle from the starting point. So in the figure, O is the starting point, OA is representing displacement and A is the final point. So what is polar vector? Polar vector means have starting point like displacement or a point of application like force. Now comes the axial vector. Axial vector means the rotational effect. Like for example, there is a body moving about its own axis. For example, sphere moving about the own axis. So if body moves in straight line, it is called linear velocity. But if the particle is moving in rotational motion, that is about the axis, then its velocity is no more be linear, it will be angular velocity. So in axial vectors, we have to go through it. What is the angular momentum, torque, then angular velocity, angular acceleration. So what exactly we mean by axial vectors? The rotational effects are represented by axial vectors. They are along axis of rotation, direction denoted by right hand thumb rule or right hand screw rule. Now, for example, angular displacement, angular velocity, the torque means force into perpendicular distance, angular momentum, normally represented by capital L, it is written as I omega, angular momentum, and I is the moment of inertia, normally we write it as mr square, and it is written as L is equal to I omega, omega will be V over R. If we cancel the numbers, the angular momentum L can be written as mvr. So now this is indicated in these two diagrams. The plane of motion is shown by a plane, and actual vector, the arrow is indicating the axis, and we find that a particle is moving in anti-clockwise rotation, and the thumb is indicating that is the direction. So when we speak angular displacement, that is the distance covered by the body in a particular direction in a circular motion. Same is for angular velocity, that is omega is equal to V over R, and torque will be force into perpendicular distance, where angular momentum will be L is equal to mvr. mv is the linear momentum and r is the radius of rotation. So the actual vectors are indicated by the rotational effects, that is in the two figures. So clockwise rotation and the anti-clockwise rotation. Now, there are some other types of vectors, like number one is a negative of the vector. It has a direction just opposite to a given vector and have the same magnitude. So from the figure, the given vector is A arrow, and the negative of the vector is we have changed the direction. So the another vector is minus A, and it is opposite to a given vector. So this is clear from the diagram that A is a given vector and minus A, it is negative of a given vector. Now we come towards the zero vector or the null vector. The meaning is same. A vector with zero magnitude having no specific direction is called a zero vector. So we can go through with figure B. So in the figure B, we are finding that A is a given vector. So zero vector or null vector means zero magnitude and no specific direction, called zero vector. Now multiplying a vector by 0, like vector is A, it is multiplied by 0, the resultant will be 0. By adding negative vector to the given vector, well, the given vector is A and the negative vector is indicated in the opposite direction, that is minus A. If we add the two numbers, it is just like adding a number in its additive inverse, and that will be equal to 0. Now comes the equal vector. Two vectors are called equal or equivalent vectors if they have equal magnitude and the same direction. Like figure C. In figure C, we are finding that two vectors are supposed to be equal if they have equal magnitude. So A and B are the two vectors. We find that they are equal to vector C. They have the same direction. Now in the another one, collinear vector. Collinear means in the same straight line. Two vectors acting along same straight line or along parallel straight line in the same direction or in the opposite direction, that is called collinear vector, as shown in the figure. So A and B are in the same direction, in the same straight line, or it is opposite direction like C and D. Coplanar vectors. Three or more vectors are called coplanar vectors if they lie in the same plane or are parallel to the same plane. Two vectors, which are free vectors, are always coplanar. So it is indicated in the figure. The three vectors are taken and direction is not a criteria. Coplanar means if they lie in the same plane. So plane is same, which is indicated by the shaded color, and the arrows are indicating the vectors.